What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Juice is Loose, the podcast that is about, first and foremost, having fun. I'm your host, Terminator Juice, and today I got some guests with me. And why don't we go ahead and do some introductions real quick? We'll start with Mike. Take it away.
What's up, guys? NW Order for Life here. Great to be part of the podcast again. Looking forward to it.
All right, and Red Knight's going to be jumping in a little bit. But before that, we'll go to Ms. T.
Hey there, fools, and Mr. T. How y'all doing?
All right, good to have you back. Same with you, Mike. And then we have the Insane Game Freak.
Yeah, yo, what's up, guys? The Insane Game Freak here. I think this is my second time on the podcast. Glad
Third.
to be here.
I think it's third.
Third, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I was with Mr. T and AGL that second time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So, third time on the podcast. Glad to be here, and let's talk some video games.
All right, we're definitely going to do that. And like I said, Red Knight's trying to join here, so we'll give him a few minutes. But, yeah, the first topic I want to discuss is Nintendo Direct and kind of take the mindset that what would we do if we were given the reins, considering, Iwata passing and the E3, how that was received. Just go ahead and play director and kind of what would you do or what would we do if we were tasked at doing the next Nintendo Direct, which I would think would be out relatively soon. So, put your director caps on. I know Meza T is actually a director. So,
Unfair advantage.
first, what would you guys? I'll go with Meza T first. If you were, like I said, tasked at having the next Direct and writing it, directing it, and just deciding which content and stuff, what would you start the Direct with? Who would you have be the presenter here in the U.S. and then we'll get everybody's take on how they would start it, and then we'll go a little bit deeper after that.
We're going with me first?
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to me. You have to start it basically with the mini tribute to Iwata for sure. And then I would even move into his Iwata's Muppet. And I would do some trickery. I'd use some previous dialogue from other directs and mishmash it together. Somewhat to try to get through as much as I can as far as whatever they're going to be presenting for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then at the end I do kind of a, farewell type of deal, Iwata getting his wings or something like that, and the Muppet flying away, something, cool like that, I think.
So you would start it with a little tribute right in the beginning?
I'd start right in the beginning with it.
Okay.
And like I said, go into using the Muppet, Iwata's Muppet, and cheating with the dialogue from previous. I'm sure they can get pretty far with some of the stuff he said, because some of it's can be somewhat vague, and you can use it for a lot of different things. And
so
that's
would you have that go right into a game, or maybe
I would have to go into
another...
a game, I think, and then pass it off to whoever else, maybe a Reggie, maybe a Bill Trennan or somebody. Pass it off, and almost like you wouldn't know, almost to where if they don't have anything for him, like if he hadn't started the next Direct, I'd make it seem like this was recorded. I could totally do it. I can go back from all the Directs he's had and cut his dialogue together and do some stuff and make you think it's something new. I'm sure they could do that too. That's how I do it.
All right.
And, at the end, like I said, have Iwata get his P-Wings or something, something Nintendo related, and then that'll be a good send-off, I think. So.
All right. Anybody that wouldn't start with a tribute to Iwata? Would anyone here think they should just start with like Miyamoto or Reggie and then go into games, or because it's a tough call.
I still want to do the tribute, but I want the tribute to be like something related to one of the games he worked on. So maybe I think he worked on Smash, Pokemon, Balloon Fight, Kirby, and I know Smash still has DLC relevant stuff that we can talk about. Pokemon we haven't really talked about in a minute. So like, if they
Earthbound.
get
Earthbound.
yeah, or Earthbound. Well, I mean, I don't think they're going to talk about anything
Well,
Earthbound.
they can always put Earthbound beginnings.
Yeah, you could either plug that again, but it'd probably be something more like Smash, or I can see more Smash or maybe Pokemon related, and just kind of and like T said, use the Muppet, but kind of correlate it with whatever's going on. So like,
Yeah.
if they go into a Smash announcement, maybe have him. So I don't know if they ever talked about who is Iwata's favorite like Nintendo IP character, but that'd be kind of cool to just kind of make a transition from that. Like maybe as the Muppet, he's cosplaying as his favorite character.
You would think it'd be Kirby or somebody, but
Actually, no, that's Sakurai and his bias.
Yeah, I mean,
and the tribute. I just want to real quick jump in before you guys. The tribute doesn't have to be some long, overbearing thing. I'm talking like maybe even a minute montage of just him saying different things, and then boom, go right into it. Nothing overbearing, just a quick little tribute, because they haven't done anything video-wise for him.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see a really good tribute at the end.
Yeah,
and I'm still undecided on how I would start it. Part of me wants to just, you don't want to start off super sad, but I don't think you can just ignore that he always started him off. So I
you don't
think,
want to be insensitive to what just happened.
yeah. So I think you'd almost have to have some kind of little something in the beginning.
Yeah.
To Iwata.
Or maybe have a directly to you clip show and have like a whole bunch of Nintendo employees, everybody from like the small guys to like Reggie and Bill Trayton, and having them go all welcome to today's Nintendo Direct that we're bringing directly, and it just spans for like a good maybe 30, 40 seconds, and it's like, and then you see the entirety of Nintendo outside of the building being like directly to you.
And then end with Iwata's directly to you.
Yeah.
That'd almost be all they'd have to do. Like they wouldn't.
Yeah, they wouldn't have. They didn't have to like. That's what I was trying to say. They didn't have to go in like really elaborate. I think in the beginning, something that's perfect, Terrell. Something like that, and then like end with Iwata's directly to you, and then go into it.
Yeah.
Well, my idea would be to have a minute or two showing Iwata's games, everything that he worked on. Like even Pokemon, he worked on like condensing all of the Kanto region in gold and silver. Like that was like something that only he could do as a program. It wasn't even his project. He just jumped on and did something like that. So show like all the games that he's worked on and with some with a musical accompaniment, and then have Satoru Iwata in memory and show day before and day died and some little thing there. And then go into Reggie, where Reggie gives a speech about how the company will press on and he will, we will, continue to make the games that Mr. Iwata is known for, whatever. Something like that, where they just acknowledge him in the beginning. Reggie further acknowledges him and also makes the bold statement that Nintendo as a company will be stronger than ever and that we're continuing to move forward. And then right after that, say, here's a look at some of the next upcoming games, whatever, and then just show new games, and then after that, just keep it strong by bringing in, people like Bill Trinan and whatever, and have like, some developer segments where the developers are talking about these games coming out, why they're going to be great, and so basically just start the direct off on a kind of sad and respectful note, and then make it go strong with Reggie's statement going forward. And then just keep the focus on the games, and how Nintendo is going to get better in the future. And then at the end, they need to end it with some kind of like direct to you, or where all the employees, like you said, like giving Iwata like the respect he deserves by like doing please take a look, or please understand, something that's representing Iwata, the bananas, whatever they want to do. And then just at the very end, you have Iwata waving to you for the last time. Like that's the picture you get as the direct ends, something like that.
That's good. So, like I said, they had a little bit of a rough E3, and they may have already, like the next day, they may have already started planning for this direct, which I'm sure they had to change plans. But if you're in control, what games would you show? What would you try to focus on? It's probably going to be August, or not August, yeah, early August, maybe late July, maybe the end of this month. What games would you guys show? Which ones wouldn't you show, considering everything? And let's speculate if if Zelda's still a Wii U game, and then if Zelda U's not coming to the Wii U, obviously that could change what you think they should show at this direct to try to regain some positivity after E3 and all the, obviously almost unanimously everyone felt their digital event was disappointing, and try to fix that with this first direct. I know they can't mend all wounds with this direct, but what are some of the games you think they need to show or should show, and some games maybe they shouldn't show considering the situation?
Fatal Frame.
Mizati, why don't you? We'll go to you again.
But just to say, Zelda Wii U is going to be on the Wii U. Miyamoto promised that.
Yeah,
if anything, it'll be like a double situation, like how Twilight Princess was both on the GameCube and the Wii.
They have to say that though. They can't, even if it isn't 100%. They can't say no, it's going to the NX. Like they have to at least keep people's interest in the Wii U a little bit. They can't just abandon the whole thing. So they had to say that. Whether it's 100, they might not even be 100% decided. But let's just look at it both ways. So, what games?
Go ahead.
I was just say, what games do you want to see, or do you think we need to see?
I'm 100% decided that Zelda will be on Wii U, this Zelda game, because they've been developing it for Wii U. And I'm sure, obviously, a lot of the assets and the programming was done for Wii U. So I think the quote-unquote delay of Zelda Wii U probably has to do with getting the game running on NX as well. That's what I think, anyway. And I think that is a game I feel like if they want to mend some of those bridges and dry up some of those tears, they should show some Zelda stuff, some cool Zelda footage in this direct. It doesn't have to be anything super long. Just show, hey, this thing is still happening. It looks really cool, and it's coming. And I would like to see Fast Racing Neo showcased. I would like to see Fatal Frame showcased. I don't know about Devil's Turd anymore.
They gotta talk. Like they said, news was coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's still coming to US. They have to.
Do you think the direct's the place to talk about it?
Nah,
I don't want to say talk about it. I just say show a quick little reel and get up out of there. Yeah, maybe a release date and get out of there. So, and Xenoblade Chronicles. Obviously, we still don't have Yoshi. I mean, there's so many games they could show.
They all have release. I mean, they got release dates. Other than Yoshi, I don't think has the day. It has the month.
Right, it has the month.
I don't think Xenoblade has an actual date, so I don't think there'd be any benefit to showing that again. But what about 3DS?
3DS wise, 3DS actually looks kind of sparse to me this holiday.
Is
I think
Fire Emblem supposed to be out?
I don't think it's coming to the US this.
It's already out in Japan.
Yeah, it's out in Japan. Yeah.
What?
Fire Emblem.
Fate. Yeah. That's not coming out until next year.
Yeah, it's not. Okay. I was thinking like maybe March or something. On the 3DS front, that's people complained that there was so much 3DS stuff, but there was no 3DS bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like that they showed at E3.
Well, they got Paper Mario Jam.
Is that coming out this year?
Next year, right?
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was next year.
Triforce Heroes, I think, is this year, ain't it?
Yeah, Triforce Heroes.
Yeah, Triforce Heroes.
Even those two games, like they're not bangers. I mean, they're cool games. I'm sure they'll be good, but like out of the blue, kind of like even a Pokemon. There's no Pokemon game coming out this year, is there?
No, it was just the Super Mystery Dungeon.
Like that's kind of different, I would think.
Well, I'm actually glad about that because they've kind of oversaturated the hell out of us the last like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's just kind of weird that there isn't a Pokemon game, like something like everybody's gonna gravitate to. I don't see a big game for 3DS.
Well, don't they have?
Everybody's gonna want.
There's
They
not.
have the Pokemon tournament coming out, right?
That's coming
just
out
an
in
arcade.
Japanese arcades, and they're still adding characters to that.
Oh, so that's not even going to get put on console.
We don't even know yet.
Yeah,
I
we
think
have no idea.
you're waiting for the game to actually see how it does in arcades, and then we'll
Right.
probably hear word about a console version.
I think Yokai Watch is scheduled for the holiday.
Yeah, that's what it is, because that's their push. Instead of pushing their
Oh,
Pokemon,
that's right, Yokai Watch. Yeah.
you're pushing that as their.
So do you think? I mean, honestly, that any of those games really gonna excite people and try to mend the E3 showing? I mean,
Yokai Watch has a chance. Obviously, it's done crazy in the East, so it has a chance of being a pretty big game. But I still don't. It's not like a new Mario or a Zelda, like a full fledged kind of a handheld Zelda game or something. Something in the staple of the bigger franchises. A Metroid. Federation Force isn't until next year, right? And even that's a kind of a spin-off. So
And there's a lot of hatred behind that game.
obviously, yeah. I didn't want to get into that, but yeah,
I kind of want them to
just
show it though.
yeah.
If you look
I
at
don't
the
want them to show
3DS
that yet. I think because I don't think they're far enough along in the visuals to where they to where it differentiates itself from what we saw at
yeah, they need the
The only reason I say that is because one of the biggest problems is that the way it was shown did not help itself, and I feel like I'm not saying spend a whole bunch of time on it, but at least make people aware of it and show maybe a little bit of footage. But you don't have to like stick on it. Like maybe give it like a good minute or two and then jump to another game. Because the more people see it, the more they'll kind of adapt to it. Because if you just completely ignore it again, then people will forget and be like, oh right, that game.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think this direct, I wouldn't show it. I think you need to mend, not maybe instigate some more butt hurtness. So I probably wouldn't show that game. That was one of the ones that's the reason I said what games wouldn't you show.
Yeah.
I think
I wouldn't show Star Fox Cold
don't
and Overdose Star Fox.
I would. I think
if they got some progress, if they got something really cool
Yeah.
to show,
Yeah, I would show Star Fox a little bit.
they could show that.
I don't think they do, but I think Star Fox has to have its own direct even. And I think by the time right before it comes out, like say a month before.
I think September they could show it.
Yeah, like I think that's a better time, and then that way you'll see, the game progress a lot better.
Yeah.
From
See,
what
here's
we
the
got.
thing. The Treehouse had all these games that weren't on the digital event. So
Yeah.
what they should do is they should milk the Treehouse games by making individual directs about them. Make a whole direct about Fast Racing Neo. Make a whole direct about Fatal Frame.
I don't
That
think
will get-
there's enough.
There's not enough
information.
content.
Yeah,
but
there's
they
not
could-
enough information.
But
They could.
they can do like a mini direct for Fast
Yeah,
Racing
like
Neo.
Yeah, like a 5-10 minute.
Well, I would just make that a Nindy direct if I was gonna do anything.
Oh
Or
yeah,
just
because they do have a bunch of Nindy games coming.
Yeah, I would have just did a Nindy direct and just made that all about the Indies games,
That would be great. Yeah.
because that'd be a good push for it anyway.
Yeah, I would. I mean, just my thoughts on it. Like, if Zelda's on Wii U, is still coming to Wii U, I think they have to show it. I think they knew that as soon as E3 ended. If that game's coming to Wii U, you have to show it. However they start, I like Terrell's idea the best. Even go right into Zelda or something. Get people excited again. I wouldn't show Federation Force. I wouldn't talk about Skylanders. I would show the Nindies games though. I would show Fast Racing Neo and Rive and some of these other Nindy games. I definitely highlight those. If Star Fox, if they have something improved to show it. Otherwise, I wouldn't. What else haven't we really seen? Mario Tennis isn't going to get people super excited, so they're almost.
I would show that because that game, the preview we've seen of it is literally one course, 4 characters, and the same animations.
Yeah.
Just show me something different, because that game I feel like needs, and especially if it has something like online, I I would like them to show that because that also doesn't have a release date.
It better have online. The 3DS version I have has online.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Animal Crossing is really popular. So they should show more of
Oh, no.
Animal
I don't know. People
No.
are kind of annoyed with that game.
If it was a game, I
But
would
that's
say.
the thing. It's just like Metroid Hunters. You haven't
Well,
seen the game.
well-
You saw a little.
Oh no, no,
but-
I'm personally not saying I hate
You're
the
talking
game.
about the Amiibo, the
That's-
Wii U,
yeah.
Animal Crossing, just the Amiibo like board
Amiibo
game.
Party or whatever it's called.
Well, the thing is, maybe if they're going to show it, I would rather them show that and mention that the game is free. You're just paying. You just need Amiibo to play it.
But you know what would be great if they showed it, and then they just said, "Hey, Amiibo Party was just a small part of the actual Animal Crossing game." Mind's blown.
Yeah, but I think people be pissed about why didn't you show that at E3?
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
so. I think they wouldn't care if they saw if they came out and said this is actually that's just a small part
Yeah,
of
'cause
the
Nintendo
full
likes
Animal
to-
Crossing.
They like to spread the information out. We've gotten some pretty
Yeah.
good stuff shown in August Directs in previous years. Show Fatal Frame, give it a release date, month
Yes.
and day.
Yeah.
Give Devil's Third a release date and
Let
month.
that- I would have
Better
hoped.
be around the same time as Europe. That way, there's as many players online as possible.
And
Right.
make Yokai Watch as big as Pokemon. They can do it. They can market the hell out of it.
Yeah, let that be the October game. Like have Fatal Frame be the Wii U game and have Yokai Watch be the handheld game.
Because Yoshi's coming out in October, which is ridiculous. But
Ridiculous.
Well, where would you put Fatal Frame if that's the case?
I would put Fatal Frame in October. I'd put Yoshi's Woolly World in July.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we
that
can't,
makes
obviously
sense.
we
That's what I
Yeah,
would
can't.
this is obviously not going to happen now, but
That's what I'm asking, like now, because
or put it in August because we can wait. I think a month for
that direct better be coming this week then, because there's no well, yeah, because we don't have a game for August. We just
all they got to
have
do is
updates
give
in
us the
August.
European direct.
They're not-
Basically.
Yeah, we'll see if they do that. They didn't even do that for Xenoblade. When they got the Japanese one, they had the voice actors do all the explaining of the game. We didn't even get that direct. We got like a BS version of it.
Yeah, we got the showcase. So
Yeah.
but honestly, like they got to just focus. If they got something they were holding back, I almost think they got to show it, even if it's not coming out till after E3 next year. I think they got to get people back excited about Nintendo again, and it's going to be a tall task. I don't know. I don't even know if they have.
I would say, well, would you want to see Fire Emblem again or Fire Emblem Cross Shin Megami Tensei again then?
If they show it, I mean, if you didn't watch the Treehouse, all you saw were those musical trailers. I mean, didn't really explain anything. So.
Yeah,
kind of whack.
The Treehouse was a lot better.
That showed off a lot, but I don't think that's gonna. I don't think they should show that yet. If they got Zelda, like I said, that could really save a little bit of faith or a lot of faith in people. But if they don't show Zelda, they really. I mean, if it's just a home direct with release dates for Devil's Third, Fatal Frame, Mario Tennis, and don't really have much to show, it's gonna be rough. But let's get on to like we all kind of mentioned how you'd want it to end, but they got to end it with a nice tribute to Iwata. I think that's mandatory. I don't think they could get away without doing it.
Yeah. They can give us a tribute for Mario, Super Mario Maker. They can definitely give us some Iwata.
So I mean, I think we're pretty much all agree. Ended on a touching note, like something. Obviously they put together a highlight reel. A lot of people on YouTube already did that, but I think Nintendo's gonna have more.
They're obligated because it's there.
And they're gonna have more
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, some behind the scenes stuff possibly. So, but I just think they need to have a good direct, and just people are just jumping ship like crazy, like I've never seen before. So,
it's a knee-jerk reaction. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah, I mean, because what was it? 2012 was pretty, or 2011 or 2012?
No, 2012. Well, actually, 2011 was pretty rough too. The only game you had was Zelda.
Well, the one that ended with Nintendo Land, that wasn't a very good
2012.
showing. I honestly think that led to why the Wii U, it started off pretty good, but still, that E3 really killed.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo needed a game to say, hey, gamepad, this is why you need it. And they didn't have one, really.
I mean, Nintendo Land used it cool, but it was just a bunch of mini games, though. They were so shallow. Like.
But you know what would have helped?
Online?
Online multiplayer. That would have been big. Online multiplayer, maybe even some chat in there, like that would have got people a little excited because people love those franchises. And I mean, and Nintendo Land is a good game. It could have been great. And
It sucks by yourself though. There's
yeah, exactly.
some
That's what I mean. It just kind of sucks because not everybody can have, people come over and play that game the way it needs to be played.
yeah, it's hard to play. The Zelda one by yourself is almost freaking impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't want to focus on the negative stuff. They end with a nice Iwata tribute, and hopefully have something to show us to get people back excited. I know it's not going to fix everything, and people that have jumped ship, they're still probably going to feel the same way. But it'd be nice for the Wii U owners that haven't given up to show us something nice. Just something excited for 2016 or something. So. Anyway,
we're getting Yoshi, we're getting Fatal Frame, we're getting Xenoblade, we're getting Super Mario
Maker.
Maker.
Great games this year.
We know the games are coming, but they need something to get to just recover from that E3 that so many people.
What about a teaser of a new game for an old franchise? Whether it's maybe because remember, I think we still don't know about Retro's game, right?
Yeah, we don't know.
So they could easily just start. Here's a game that Retro's making.
Unless it's
what?
Unless they're making an NX game.
This is Metroid for NX. They're not going to show that.
You know what I'd be excited about if they made another Donkey Kong game with the Kremlins back.
Don't no. I think people are burnt out on.
I would love it, but people would be.
Yeah,
People were mad at DK Tropical Freeze for existing.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you announce another Donkey Kong, people are gonna be mad as hell.
I'd like that, but yeah, that would be wouldn't be good.
I want it to be a Punch-Out game personally. That's just me.
All right,
Punch-Out, that'd be great. Yeah.
That would. While we're talking about shitty things, let's talk about Devil's Third real quick.
I see what you did there.
Devil's Turd. Specifically, the comments by Itagaki saying confirming no voice chat, 30 frames per second online, and before we get to that, we got finally our final guest jumped in here.
A wizard is never late. Okay, so I've been listening to you fools talk, and I couldn't chime in at all. So I was like ripping my hair out. I was like, hurry up and eat.
So you got any thoughts on how you would do the direct if you can give them in like 2 minutes?
I don't know. Y'all had some ideas there that I don't know if it would go over well with the Japanese, like T's idea of like taking a bunch of pieces and then making it like he said something. It would be cool to me, but I don't know if they would do that. So I don't really know. But I mostly wanted to real quick just talk about what y'all were talking about with the next direct and what they would have to show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would show Zelda. Everything else that y'all pretty much mentioned that y'all were like, no, that's all the stuff that I think they would show because that's the stuff that's coming out. You got to think about it. Animal Crossing is going to come out soon.
Well, we're saying if you were in charge.
Yeah, this is not about speculating what they would do. What you would do.
Oh, so it's like what I would do?
If you're the director, you're given control. And they
so
said,
I can put whatever games I want into the next direct. That's what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, then, but from what's announced, right?
Yeah, I mean,
within reason.
Assume that you have all the Zelda footage you need. Make a direct about it.
I think the next direct, I would just showcase a bunch of the Nindie games that are coming, right? Which y'all said. Mm-hmm. Showcase the Splatoon, big update that's coming in August. Showcase Mario Maker since that comes out in September. And I guess that's it for that one. I mean, I wouldn't even worry about, having to show something. I think too many people already made up their minds, so it's like, there's nothing they can really do.
I mean, yeah, it's like they're going to have to try to appease everyone with the NX.
I don't know. I think if they, kind of lulled us to sleep a little bit and then bam with some Zelda at the end, that would go a long way, I think.
Yeah. I hope they don't show Zelda because I really don't want Zelda to be on the Wii U.
I do.
Dang, man.
I want to play with the gamepad. So
I totally do. I totally.
Yeah.
Do.
I don't. I want to play
care.
with the brand new evolution of the Wii remote and NX.
Well, you can still have that, but it can still come out. Just just like everybody always said it already. Twilight Princess.
Yeah, Twilight
Where it came out late. It came out after the Wii version. It came out like a month later on GameCube, and just put your. Because I'm gonna get the NX, so I'm gonna buy that version, so I can still do all that cool, new improved motion control or whatever they do with the.
They're
NX.
not gonna do a motion control.
They probably won't. But
I hope they do, but they're
I'm
not.
thinking that the NX is going to be a real dedicated gaming console because I think they.
We don't want that. We want features.
we want features, damn it.
Where's my Blu-ray
The
player?
Wii U is a pretty dedicated gaming console, but
I mean that's I feel like that's great for some of the crybabies, but I don't think that's going to be enough to like get people to get an NX.
Yeah, the features won't be a selling point.
The
Get back on
Wii U
track.
is a dedicated gaming console, but it's not like the other ones in terms of like the online functionality and all this other stuff. Like Wii U just has the best software, but that doesn't make it a dedicated gaming console.
I'll say it has the best controller
It's
too.
built on a gimmick on the gamepad. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there won't be any gimmicks. They're just gonna go like straight up. Okay, what do we need to do to focus on online and focus on graphics? And they're going to try to make it as good as possible, I think, because of the how hard it hit them that the Wii U wasn't selling them. So.
well, that's a topic for another podcast.
Yeah,
That's a whole podcast.
I was gonna keep going with the direct.
Yeah, so for your selfish reasons, you wouldn't show Zelda because you think it's coming to the NX. But what?
And I don't think it needs to be shown. Like, I don't think they need to. Again, like Iwata always said, they're not about reacting. So it's like they don't need to react to. All right, they had a bad E3, right? Oh, they had a bad E3 supposedly, whatever. But Mario Maker is still one of the most talked about games since E3. If you notice, like everybody's still having previews, everybody's still playing it. A bunch of those big YouTubers are still like playing it and hyping that game up. So I think they might as well focus on Mario Maker. That's the next thing coming out. It's the next big thing coming out. And Star Fox, like I know you said, like talking about it like visually, but if Star Fox is coming out in November, and I say if because reasons obviously, but if it is, they could just show other stages because I think what we saw was like the first 3 stages.
Probably.
They could easily show other stages and show crazy boss fights, and people will be sold immediately. If the boss fights are anything like Platinum games, yeah, people are going to be like, oh, now it looks great.
Sick.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, they need to do what they did with 3D World.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're going to do.
So
That's the E3 formula.
I'll even go as far to say is that exclusive level they showed in the treehouse, that looked way better than the stage.
That's what I was gonna say. Like stuff in the treehouse looked like it was way closer to a finished stuff than what we even saw in the digital event. So, like the game, I think I'm pretty 100% sure that this game will be what I expect it to be when it comes out, with the platinum flair and all, with the boss battles and all that stuff. Because that's what they said Platinum was focusing on.
Right. Yeah, the
boss battles and stuff. So that's, that has to be there,
And hopefully the dialogue a little bit.
The dialogue needs to beef up a little bit.
Wonderful 101 had great dialogue. Same thing with Bayonetta. Like, they're good at that. For a Japanese company, it felt like, man, like that was a good job for voice act. It didn't sound cheesy like the turd we're going to talk about.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so Devil's Turd. He was saying no voice chat, 30 frames per second. Players will get used to it really quickly.
Who's eating Captain Crunch?
Yeah, someone got some.
I don't know what that is.
Everyone's hearing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
I think
Right
it
now?
was a T. No, it's gone now.
I didn't hear anything.
If you weren't hearing it at all, then it might have been coming from you, but...
Was the red ninja and the black ninja jumping the T-Dog?
It's like if you didn't hear it, you're a part of the problem.
You're scratching your goatee?
Yeah, that's not me.
No, it's definitely Crackle. But anyway, what do you guys think of him trying to say 30... Yeah, it's definitely you miss a T. I don't know.
Yeah, it is you miss a T.
What are you guys talking about?
He's getting Crackle.
Over here is...
Is it this right here?
Yeah.
That's it.
I just I twisted my mic cord. That's what it was.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Stop twisting it.
Stop doing that, Poof.
That's what she said.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Like I said in the beginning, the Juices Loose podcast is first and foremost about having fun, so we're going to continue that. Even though we're talking about something that's probably not going to be fun, that's playing Devil's Third. So how do you feel about him saying that, trying to make excuses like a Sony exclusive game or a Ubisoft game about 30 frames per second, and how you'll get used to it quickly, and then he says that the bad previews are because of the low skill level of the people playing in the previews.
Blame the consumer.
I'm gonna say Nintendo needs to work closely with all of these collaborations from now on, because Bayonetta came out fine. Double Third came out like it was like a Sony exclusive or some crap. And what kills me is that the way this game is looking, it's bad for Wii U standards online. Like Mario Kart 8 does better online than this. And
the visuals alone should be easily 60 frames per second based on the visuals. Like
it's a shooter. You can't do that. You can't have a 30 frame shooter like that.
And did you see the hit the visuals took from E3 to now?
Oh, that was disgusting.
It looks like a first gen. It looks like a first gen 360 game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a little bit last gen of that generation. You know what I mean? Like, like now the PlayStation 2 stuff. Like I know people was saying that just because of the way the game looked, not actually the visual style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, it looks like a PlayStation 2 game because of the animation, things like that. But then when you look at it, it's like there are some PlayStation 2 early gen car models and things like that. I know y'all saw the car models.
Oh man, that was so bad.
Come on.
It's like blocks put together.
Like, I'm not a stickler for graphics. We talk about it all the time. But like when your game is based, quote unquote, on a real world, and it looks like that, it looks like, like there's no, like I said, it looks like a first gen 360 game, and by that I meant like, first gen 360 games look like basically up-resed PS2 Xbox games,
Mm-hmm. And with those visuals, what's the excuse for the 30 frames?
There's no excuse for 30 frames with those.
I don't even care about the 30 frames. I care about him saying
it's not even a solid. It's not even a solid 30 frames.
It's not even a solid 30.
I know, but he said I can't even say it. Hold on. He said
he's losing it.
He said I used all the power of the Wii U.
Oh God.
For what?
I think Platinum would like to have a conversation with the guy.
I think on him lighting the cigarette.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Well, if you watch Nintendo Life, they said there's moments during cutscenes and stuff where that's like super high res, really good quality character models, and it's like.
So it's just not consistent.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was
I don't
gonna
play
say, it looks good.
cutscenes.
Spots.
Yeah.
It looks good. Like even some of the levels, like I can't remember what level. It looked they were like in a Japanese-looking area.
Oh, yeah, on the rooftops.
Yeah, some of that stuff looked really good. And so I'm like, it's so inconsistent though. Like.
Yeah.
I think
Remember he said it looks way better from the E3 build.
Yeah, he said they lied.
That's a lie. That's just a flat-out lie.
That was like during the winter. He said that.
He's lucky Nintendo's even publishing that, because if I was Nintendo, I wouldn't.
No,
I'll cancel it right now. I would cancel it right now. I'm like, I ain't getting this.
They're publishing it overseas. Are they publishing it here? We don't know that.
No, I mean just anywhere. I wouldn't even do that. I'd be like, no.
Here's your money. We don't want this game on our system.
I think Japan's only getting a digital version, isn't it?
Nah, I didn't hear that, but.
I think so. I think so. I think that is the case.
They should only get.
Yeah, because Japan doesn't give a shit about those kind of games.
Right.
They should get the deleted version.
They should just get more Splatoon DLC. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how he's blaming the bad previews on people's skill level. I've watched numerous videos, and the camera churns so quickly and gets stuck, and the frame rate when people are trying to aim, it's like they just do the auto target where you kind of get when you're in third person, you kind of line up your shot, then you press the left trigger, and it snaps to like that object like Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, when he was with the sniper, right?
Yeah, that and with the
that was
RPG.
Oh man!
When you try to pan, with the first-person perspective, it jumps all over the place. And this is single player, but I don't think the online is going to fare any better.
Right.
They're probably
No,
worse.
but you know what it is? They were playing with the gamepad, and you got to play with the Pro controller.
Yeah.
The
Like
gamepad's too big, and your hands are separate. It's not the same
You want to
thing.
be a
But
pro.
you can plug in that keyboard and type out messages to your friends.
Like it's 1999 again.
What? Why is that a thing? That's like the only time I've ever heard anybody go, "Hey man, just type in your keyboard."
He should have support for the GameCube. The Fantasy Star controller.
Seriously.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, that controller.
Well, it's perfect for that game.
Full-size keyboard with a GameCube left and right side glued to the sides, basically. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
But anyway, what do you think of him blaming the people playing, though, trying to say that's why the game looks bad?
To me, that's a rap. It's a rap. When you start blaming the people skill level on, we can obviously see it's not about the skill. This game is a rap. Like, I can deal with like a game with not great graphics and not and no voice chat and stuff like that. I can deal with that. I can't deal with a broken game though. Like when your game is like chugging or your controls are wonky, I can't rock with you. Like,
yeah, there's no workaround. There's no Google Plus, Skype solution. That's it.
Because that's not gonna fix a bad game.
No.
Not gonna fix bad controls.
That can fix a boring game, apparently.
Yeah, it might make it funny to laugh at.
Yeah.
But it's like I played Gears of War before when you would start the map and there'll be like no textures.
No textures.
Oh, yeah.
And then they would kick in. It's like that's what happened with this game, but they never kick in.
Never kicked in.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that's like Modern Warfare 3 on the 360. Their textures took. In Black Ops 1, the textures took forever to come in. Sometimes it took like 30-second countdown.
Only thing it's missing is like a ton of fog.
I would rather better than like a steady frame rate. Because
that's crazy.
That multiplayer looked creative and fun.
Right. That's what's so sad about it. The multiplayer does look cool and creative as hell and full of content, but it's going to be mired in broken controls and shoddy frame rates and texture glitches.
The game had potential.
Yeah.
Think of people be hacking that shit like crazy. There's going to be glitches for people to exploit. It probably won't get patched. It's gonna It's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say real quick, like you compared it to Terrell, you compared it to Bayonetta, but I'm like, the difference is, for one, Bayonetta is made by a more competent development team, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
And Bayonetta didn't start on one system, go to another system, lose a bunch of its developers, publisher went out of business. Like, this game has so much issues in its development.
Yeah, it's got like 2 human issues. Remember 2 human?
Yeah, I mean, but even worse.
I would say
that game was utter trash when it came out.
I'm going to give Alive and Leveled a shout out. They compared it to Duke Nukem Forever, and that seemed like a pretty good comparison.
Nah, Duke Nukem Forever has better visuals.
Yeah, but I was like, Duke Nukem Forever is a better game.
That still suffered. It looked terrible when I watched some of that. It looks terrible. But
yeah.
So I'm gonna get to this question since it relates to what we're talking about. Ozetka Gaming asks he says now we know why they didn't show that garbage at E3. And
ding ding ding.
But people still want Nintendo to publish it though.
What looks worse, Federation Force or that?
That's not fair, man. I didn't want Federation Force.
You know what I mean? Like what? Like really? There's some textures in Federation Force that completely destroy textures in Devil's Third.
Yeah, when you're like waiting, like
That's
it
pretty
shows
sad.
they're in like the ship and the 4 guys are together. There's like sweet reflection off their suits and stuff.
Yeah, or just when you see the gun when they're in the actual, actually playing.
Yeah. And that game's only gonna get better.
Yeah, of course it is. It's a way better developer.
Devil's Third is we don't have that confidence.
It's done. That's the final build.
Yeah, it's done. So.
So he said he also said that they're gonna work hard to improve. Once the game comes out. Like,
why would they?
I don't know.
They made their money.
Nintendo,
obviously Nintendo funded some of it. They publish it in certain territories. Why even waste the time? I don't think that's gonna happen at all.
I'm sure
So
Nintendo's boxing his stuff up right now.
See, that's another thing. It's like you said about the competent developers. Like, it's not. This isn't like this is Itagagi's first game here. So it's like,
yeah,
what's
he's a
going on?
director, but if he lost his talented artists and stuff, I mean, that's
I mean, no game is one person. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
It's a
obviously.
team.
but look
And
what
The director always gets all the credit.
and
but
like you said it's like his first game. No, it's not his first game. It's his last.
Oh.
it's launched.
Nah, he's gonna go make like what do you call it? A Ninja Gaiden 2D side scroller on Kickstarter. A spiritual
Probably.
successor.
Man.
It's gonna be a
man.
spiritual successor to Ninja Gaiden.
I can see that. I can see that.
It's totally
That's
gonna happen.
That's the point I wanted to make was look what happened to Ninja Gaiden 3 when he left. How terrible that was. And then
Well,
look at
But doesn't
It's
I forgot to say the
not the Wii U version, but
oh okay, I was about to say.
but look at then he tries to make a game without Team Ninja and it's looking like it's bad. And it's like it's almost like they should have just stayed together. And because Ninja
Combination
Gaiden 1
of
and
Team
2,
Ninja and him as a director. That's what you need. You can't just have one of those pieces. You gotta have both.
Can I say something real quick?
mhm.
You know, Team Ninja. Remember when they made the jump? And what was it? It was Team Ninja, not Team Ninja. Ninja Gaiden. What was it? Ninja Gaiden Black. What was the one we got on the Wii U?
It's Razor Edge.
Razor's
Yeah,
Edge.
Razor's Edge. All right. Yeah. So, the guy who headed that team is the guy who works for Nintendo, who pretty much they have to go through. Basically, he's the guy you talk to, who then talks to basically the higher ups, and he's the one who gets to tell you how much of a budget you're gonna have, what things you can do. He's the guy who was working with Platinum, who told them like, oh yeah, y'all should do this, y'all should do that, don't cut no corners, make the game raunchy or whatever. Like that was that guy, and that was the same guy who was working with Devil's Third, which there was rumors that Itagaki like started
But
clashing with him.
Yeah.
And I said, it doesn't make sense because with Ninja Gaiden, this is the same guy who brought it over, and they went crazy with it. It's the same guy who did the Tekken game. They had all the Nintendo stuff in there, all those characters.
Yeah.
So everybody's worked with him good, and they gave praise to Nintendo. And Mr. T is again scratching something.
Stop playing with that mic, Cody.
Yeah, T, we're getting lots of static from you.
You can't blame that on me.
Are you remixing your face?
Kids pulling on the cords.
There's no kids in my office here.
Oh, well, anyway, yeah, like that guy said. So really, this is not a Nintendo issue. This is a Itagaki and Itagaki himself issue.
Well, yeah. I figured because I mean we got the best version of Ninja Gaiden. What was that? Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah, it went from a 4 to about a 6.5, but that's still way better.
That's a pretty good jump.
Yeah, that's a pretty good jump.
And remember, the guy said that he told like Itagaki himself that guy from Nintendo, I don't remember his name, but he said that he told me to go all the way. Y'all remember that last E3?
Yeah,
He told me to go all the way, go crazy with the guy, and that's why I made him bald, for the tattoos on him. Like I got the freedom to do whatever I wanted. I'm like, man, so I guess he don't need freedom because freedom brings us this.
I think the problem was their differences of their clashing was what's good controls and what isn't. I think that's where they were clashing because they definitely don't look like they got the controls down in this game. And Nintendo's a stickler. Like honestly, from Bayonetta 1 to Bayonetta 2, the controls were so much just an extra level of precision and stuff. And it's like that Nintendo touch is what I gave credit for that. I don't know exactly who was responsible, but it felt like Nintendo put their stamp on the smoothness of the controls.
Wonderful 101 was smooth too.
Yeah, Wonderful.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, how could this game? Obviously, I haven't played it, but all the previews have complained about the camera controls, and just it's so hard to like run where you want to go. It just seems very touchy, and especially with the aiming with the frame rate, it just doesn't seem like the usual Nintendo touch to controls. So
I don't care.
That's because they didn't.
You make a shooter, it's got to be 60 frames. Like I don't care if it's 540p. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be 60 frames. I feel like if
it's 30 frames, it has to be locked.
Yeah, it's not even
and you got to see the reason for it. Like, oh, look at the visuals, look at this, and all that crap. Because Uncharted is 30 frames, but nobody's going to complain because you see the visuals it's pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see what they went for, the decision that they made, because the online is going to be 60.
But Uncharted is more cinematic.
No, I know, but the online is going to be 60. Like they actually said, like that was a conscious decision, obviously, to push as many pores on Drake's face as possible.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, they cut corners. No, because if they did, then the multiplayer would be 30 frames per second also.
Right.
So it's like they wanted to give you that cinematic feel. I'm surprised they didn't go for 24.
30. I'm saying 30 frames is closer to 24.
All right, final question, final thing we're going to talk about Devil's Third. Tony Coran asked, do you think Itagaki should have delayed Devil's Third and developed it for the NX? No.
No, because the problem would have still been the same.
Because then it
The
would have
game's
been
been
another
delayed.
game engine.
The problem is with him, not the actual. It has nothing to do with Nintendo, because it's obvious that Nintendo didn't put any influence in the game. They were like, here, you're the artist, you know your game, make your game. And Itagaki said, I don't know how to make games. So
10 more years would not have helped Duke Nukem Forever. And another couple years is not going to help this game. This game is what it's going to be at this point.
This is not the launch title you wanted on NX.
Of course. Oh, no.
It's happy we got it out the way now. It could lay in the same pool with all the other trash games, but we're kind of fanboys because we're not supposed to talk about games we don't own, even though we can see it clearly that it's garbage.
And I do want
to own stuff in order to have an opinion on it.
I mean, I said there's a silver lining back on the AGL podcast about how if somehow the multiplayer is fun and somehow it's solid 30 frames, I don't care as long as it doesn't drop down and control and affect your aiming.
Yeah.
That's to me is broken. If the frame rate affects the ability to aim, that's broken. So
there's another silver lining too. See, the game comes out in August for Europe and Japan, right? See, while they're playing that, the Splatoon update will be out and the Smash Bros. Update will be out. So I have something better to be playing. So I'm good.
And
Retro. Mean, Jennifer Lawrence is not in it, so I don't see no silver lining.
Retro Death, he has like 4 paragraphs here. One of them where he says, in his opinion, the game looks gorgeous. And
are you drunk, sir? That's my question.
Hey, if you think it looks fun and looks like a game you want to play, no harm. I do agree that the fact that Nintendo didn't show it and there was a whole controversy over if it was coming out got this all ball rolling. But I don't think that caused this negative backlash now that we've seen the game. I think he's trying to say that the hate's coming because we had that controversy about the game not being shown at E3 and possibly not coming to the U.S. and people were mad. I think
if the game is so close to coming out, it doesn't make sense not to show it.
And if the game was good, I don't think
right.
it wouldn't matter that stuff would be gone. Like, okay,
is Nintendo known for hiding good games?
Exactly. The fickle-minded Nintendo fans, they forget that we got a direct for Bayonetta. Bayonetta was in a bunch of directs. Bayonetta was at E3.
Yeah, it was on display for 2 years. That game.
Yeah, they weren't hiding that game. So
remember when they were pushing No More Heroes, Mad World? Come on, man!
And Fatal Frame was in the treehouse.
It's like Nintendo, people just want to nitpick and hate on everything Nintendo related now.
But he's trying to say that the hate's coming because we were mad we didn't see it. But I think
it's coming because the game looks bad.
If the game looked good.
Well, I'm no longer mad I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I was mad I didn't see it before, but if this
I mean that's if Retro's still excited to play Retro,
that's great. Like I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, have fun with it. That's fine.
But I say saying the game I gotta say though, saying the game looks gorgeous. I mean,
might be a stretch. It might be a bit of a stretch.
Hey man,
I still appreciate you, man. I just
I don't agree with it. I can't go.
This does my heart no good. To know or to believe that this game is trash. I find no joy in that. That's not something that makes me feel better. I want it to be a great game.
We're laughing at it and picking on it because we're trying to soften the blow that this game that I was excited.
We're in denial right now. That's
I hope we're all wrong. I completely hope that we're wrong and Itagaki is right. That these guys just don't know how to play this game.
No.
And
But that's still not going to fix it.
somebody smeared like Vaseline on the screen or something.
The problem is that won't fix the frame rate.
They're using the composite video for their capture card, not the
right.
not
Maybe
HDMI.
maybe it's a video that was glitching and not the game itself, and somebody smeared.
Yeah, I already gave up.
Vaseline on the camera.
Yeah, as I said, I got my Splatoon Smash in August. I'm good.
And he does say that the main character in that boss set, like, I don't know, African looking guy with, I don't know, he's got like silver tattoos or something.
Yeah, I know. You saw the five good things, right?
Yeah, that
video
good.
was terrible because it was like they was pulling stuff out of their ass.
Oh, yeah.
One of them the game is bad. I was like, you couldn't even name 5 good things. This thing is terrible. And to all the people who were saying, oh yeah, we play, and what's the other game they named? We music. Visually, those games shit on this game because they achieved their visual style and has no hiccups like this.
For all of it,
all over the place.
I say we play is I only said it was trash because it's shallow. I feel like it's a shallow game, but it works.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said people are too quick to jump to basically question the greatest. See, fanboy.
Well, for those who want their mature game, Bayonetta 2 is on sale, $15. You can save $15 on Amazon. So
yeah, there's still 9.3 million people who didn't buy it.
Yeah, I know, but
exactly.
they wanted the mature games. So
I think everybody who boosted it up in this community bought it. Like, and who have a Wii U, I think we all bought it. So it's not us. It's not us. It's
listen, those Japanese games like that, nobody cares about them.
Yeah.
I know people are gonna say, "Oh, but Dark Souls and things like that," but yeah, not really. Those games ain't something like that anyway.
And it only sold as well because it was on multiple consoles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, let's see how Scalebound's gonna do.
Yeah. The best.
They're gonna hype it when they see it, but let's see how the numbers are when it comes out. Unless it's heavily North American, westernized, yeah.
These
people now are shallow as hell. They don't want variety.
They dance and they talk crap. Like, but the thing is, the best version of Bayonetta 1 was on 360. It only sold 800K. So, and that console has 80-some plus million units out there. So you can't talk. You can't talk.
We're getting Danny Parker says he just joined and he's lost at what is happening. We were talking about Devil's Third.
He just joined. Of course he's lost.
We started talking about Devil's Third and we've gotten off track. So let's
move along.
It sucks. It's disappointing, and I don't think it's the skill level of the preview.
And it's not gorgeous.
Especially when you just have to hit a button to do the melee. You hit just like tap X whatever for melee attack, and I mean there ain't much. What was it? Nintendo Life did say that there is a nice amount of challenge. That it's not like annoyingly hard, but.
Again.
Oh
my God. Earthquake.
Yeah, that would be challenging if you can't aim straight.
Yeah, that's the problem, but it could be because of the controls. So anyway, let's move on.
Stop chewing your mic.
Really?
Are you twisting that again?
Dude, I'm sitting still as a damn church
man. Sitting still as a doll?
Motherfucker.
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Let's hope this main topic doesn't take an hour. But I want to talk about Amiibos, but the inspiration for this discussion is from a question from the AGL podcast 3 weeks ago, I think. Someone asked us what if we were in charge of like Amiibos and distribution at Nintendo, what would we do different from the distribution?
Man, you remembered that?
And I answered it pretty quickly without thinking about it. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything. Like other than let the people who want it pre-order it and make as many figurines for a character as there are pre-orders. But other than that, I think they've done exactly what they needed to do. They're selling like crazy. People are buying them without even owning a Wii U or a 3DS. In a lot of cases, not the Wii U's. A lot of them have 3DSs, but I know my niece and nephews each have one, and they don't have a 3DS or a Wii U. So, do you guys think if you were in charge, would you do anything different from the distribution? I'm gonna go to Mike first since he didn't have much on Devil's Third. He didn't have anything to say about that game. So, Mike, if you're still with us, what would you do anything different with handling of Amiibos and their distribution so far?
I think they handled it pretty well. Like you said, the biggest thing is not having that demand when they were in so much demand. But then that being rare, like that they were, and made a lot of people buy them just to have them. Like for me, for example, I bought Wii Fit Trainer and Villager because of how rare they are, not because I wanted them. And likely, if they weren't that rare, I wouldn't have bought them. So I think overall, just like you, Nintendo handled the Amiibo situation well. I legitimately feel like it wasn't a plan. I felt like they didn't really realize how big they would be. But I still think making certain exclusives and making them very rare is a way to build up interest in the Amiibo, and then later on they just make re-releases so that anybody can get them. I think that's a good business strategy for them. So.
Yeah, because at the very beginning they said there would be rare, even before pre-orders were ever even thought of. They said there's going to be ones that are more rare than others.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us how many Amiibos do you currently have?
I currently have.
And if
acting like you got to count him, he knows.
As he's counting.
I have 37.
37.
Jesus.
So.
And that does not include any from Wave 5, but it does include all of Wave 4. And
but do you already have some from Wave 5 pre-ordered?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for it to be released in the U.S.
You might as well just order them now from Play Asia from Europe because they're out in Europe.
I was gonna let you. Well, I'll let you know. Paul Tana's pre-orders on Amazon are supposed to go up on the 24th, so this Friday. So I think Dark Pit comes out on the 31st. So
yeah, I've been waiting on that. Yeah.
See, I don't even care about Palutena, but the fact that she's gonna be hard to find, I might try to get one. So that's basically the point of this discussion.
I already imported the Japanese one. I'm good.
So if
I just want, oh no, well you get to me.
Yeah, well, anybody else think that Nintendo should have done something different with how they handled them up to this point? Obviously, Wave 4 seemed to be a lot better than Wave 3, but just overall, is there any strategies or anything you think they should have done differently to make just to make you happy or to be more successful?
I fucking hate Amiibo.
let me count. Hold on. November, December, January, February, March.
That hasn't been out a year yet.
In 5 months, they sold, what was it, 10 mil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done nothing different.
Yeah.
How can you even like question 10 mil?
Yeah. Hindsight is 20/20 for me. I was pissed off in the beginning, but it's obvious at this point that these things just selling way faster than they can make them. The only thing I would do different if I was Nintendo is put them in the toy section and make more money because it's only in video game sections as far as I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So Toys R Us has it, it's in display, like right in front of the store.
Oh, is it? I haven't been in a while.
No, Toys R Us has, well, mine has a split. They have some of them behind the case, but they're usually the common ones. The rare ones actually have out in the open.
Yeah.
So you need to stop doing that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well,
mine keeps all the rare ones in the back, and they only have the common ones in display.
Really?
If you want the rare ones, you got to go and talk to the guy.
Yeah, that makes more sense. They should do that.
The background dealer. You got to go talk to the guy in the back.
The one
Spike in the alley.
Yeah, Toys R Us by my house, literally a whole section is Amiibos, except for the little bit at the end. There's 15% of shelf space for Wii U game tickets, and it's literally a whole wall. They probably have at least 100 Marios there. I mean, they're just fully stocked, and they put them out. They put out King DDD, they put out the Splatoon triple pack, but they don't put out the really rare ones because everyone's waiting in line because they don't do all pre-orders. So if you get there early enough, they walk out and they handed, which ones do you want? And you said Lucina or whatever. They handed those tickets to people, and I just got there a little too late. Missed that, but I did get Charizard in the triple Splatoon pack, And so they definitely display them all, and I don't know how Toys R Us gets away with selling them for $1 more than anywhere else. They're $13.99.
Well, you can price match them, but people don't know that. I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can price match it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not a collector. I don't. You got. I only want the ones that I want. I don't want ones because they're rare. I just want the ones that I want. And I have 0 Fire Emblem ones, and that's the only reason I'm a little upset at this point is I have 0 Fire Emblem characters, and it's driving me a little mad. But
hey, man,
I'm cool. Like
the grind for it was so hard. You don't even know. You don't even want to know.
And dude, I got my moth from Europe, and my moth has a freaking
yeah, yours has a bent
sword.
sword.
He looks perfect. He's perfect paint job, perfect everything, but his sword is freaking bent.
How much was it? How much was it?
I spent like the equivalent of MSRP, whatever it's called, price, the standard price.
Oh, so it's not like more expensive.
Plus shipping though.
Yeah, shipping's a little more.
I mean, the shipping I'm not counting, so that's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got them from Amazon UK.
Yeah, when I import mine from Japan, all I'm paying extra is the shipping.
Yeah,
which could be if you only bought one, the shipping alone for one's still going to be like $7-8. So I mean,
yeah, I paid like I paid like $7 or $8 more for Captain Falcon.
So you'd want to bunch them together and get that way. You're only paying a little bit extra. Like to ship 3 wouldn't be much more to ship 1 freight wise.
Yeah, I'm not paying scalpers. They can go to hell.
I know. Yeah. So fuck eBay.
I'm not doing that.
I was gonna say I only want the ones I want, the same like Mr. T.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna see how many he has since he's only buying the ones he wants.
I have 24, and I want every last one of them. I wanted them. It was nothing to do with trying to get the rare ones. I know the ones I want. I look at the wave. I'm like, yeah, I want that one. I want that one.
Yeah,
I don't want the full wave and none of that stuff.
Yeah. So. See, now I've fallen into the trap of wanting to collect them all now because I got so many that I figured, I'm gonna get them all. I got a job, I'm gonna get them all, And now, like, I never got Kirby, and now Kirby is like super rare. And I gotta go online now and find Kirby.
You could have got him for free if you would have bought Rainbow Curse from.
Yeah, I'm probably in the same boat as Mike then because that actually is very similar because actually the same problem me and Kirby have. Man, I don't have a Kirby. I got a Fox.
So y'all both Ash Ketchum. Y'all trying to catch them all.
Yeah.
I just got
only in the Smash series. I am not going anywhere near anything else.
Well, I've already bought. I bought some of the Super Mario Party.
Hold up here.
I finished my Kirby set, and I'm really happy about that. I got.
That's the thing. I have Meta Knight and that's it, right? King BB and Meta Knight. I have both of them, but I don't have Kirby.
So anybody with a Lucina, I have a Kirby and a DVD.
Don't.
You know I don't have one.
Man,
I wanted a Lucina and an Ike.
You understand the struggle that Lucina caused me.
Terrell, you said you had 2 though.
I have 2, but I'm paranoid. I'd like to have a second one.
Yeah.
You don't want a DVD and a Kirby for the Lucina?
Well, the only reason, Kirby's like that franchise I care the least about. I don't have anything from Kirby. I don't have.
He's backing down now. Look.
Yeah.
Talking like he wanted that Kirby 5 minutes ago. He's like, I'm not giving up Lucina for it.
Hey man, Lucina was one of those ones I was gonna buy regardless of my addiction.
Anybody want these cheeseburgers?
All right, let's move on to Age Red Knight. You said you're only buying the ones you want, so what are you up to now, total wise?
I think I'm up to 13, and from the next wave, I'm not even sure everybody who's in it, but I want Bowser Jr. I want Olimar.
Yep.
I kind of want I feel like I should get Ganondorf and Zelda, even though I really didn't want them because I got the Ganondorf statue that came with Wind Waker. I know it's not an amiibo, but I love that statue. So I was like, I don't really feel like I need. But then I think about it, and I'm like, Zelda is gonna use these goddamn things.
You know it.
You just know it. So I'm like, I might as well just try to get Zelda and Ganondorf. But I see Zelda all the time. But yeah, those are the ones I mainly want, and I want KK Slider just because.
Don't forget about Ryu.
Oh, yeah.
What about
the Animal Crossing ones?
Oh, God. What's his face, though?
Roy.
No, the one that has the different things you can interchange.
Game & Watch.
Oh, Game & Watch? I don't care. Oh, yeah, I want the Mario and the Yoshi. How am I going to forget those?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I'm going to have 3 Marios.
I don't care about the Yoshi ones, personally.
Oh, see, I do want a Yoshi though.
Yeah,
I need
I want
the
at least one of
plushies.
them. Yeah.
I don't have any
I
Yoshi
need the
amiibo
plushies.
actually.
Yoshi's annoying as hell because the Smash Brothers
See,
Yoshi is painted
I
so
have the
horribly.
addiction, but like the characters I really don't care about are the ones I don't have, which is why I don't have Kirby, I don't have Yoshi, I don't even have Donkey Kong for whatever reason, but I have Diddy.
Oh man, Donkey Kong is one of the best looking
See, I
ones.
have Donkey Kong,
Seriously.
but I don't have Diddy.
Quality
I
wise.
I kind of want to get him just to complete the DK set. Like I'll probably end up getting Ganon because of that, because I have Sheep, Link, and Zelda.
all the Zelda ones are readily available. There's never been a Zelda character that was
Yeah.
hard.
Sheik
You
Yeah,
can
was
still
a
get
I never
Sheik.
want adult
Sheik
Link
was
because
for a
he's
little bit.
ugly.
Yeah, Sheik was. I got paranoid with Sheik, and I bought that as soon as I saw it.
I've always seen Sheik somewhere.
Yeah, Sheik is a common now, but when
I've
I
never
was-
seen Sheik.
There was about
No.
a couple of weeks where Sheik jumped up to like stupid prices.
Yeah, she kind of fluctuated for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But as much as a Metroid fan I am, I don't want Zero Suit.
You
Really?
What?
Man, I really
What?
don't. I really don't care. I'm like, I already got Samus, so I don't feel the need to get her. I really want Olimar and Bowser because the next wave she's in it, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
got the
really
ones
just
in
want
July.
Bowser and baby Bowser and
I want.
Olimar.
I gotta
want
get
Olimar, too.
Ganondorf. I gotta get Olimar. I
Olimar.
gotta get Zero Suit, and I gotta get Bowser Jr. So I want all of them.
You hear these guys? They gotta get.
See, I
Trust,
can,
man.
I can kind of walk away from Bowser Jr., but I kind of want Olimar. Isn't Duck Hunt in this next wave too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
Duck
want
Hunt, maybe
Bowser.
Bowser got the
He's in the cloud car, man. You gotta get
Yeah,
that.
he's in the cart. Like in the. I was like, once I saw that, I was like, Jesus, I need that.
He's
You
in
know-
the clown car. I got whatever it is. I gotta get that.
I buy these damn things, and then I'm like, it's the next part of that one. Well, Terrell didn't really
Might
talk
as well.
about.
You ain't got no game.
Well, I mean, I can.
Terrell, how many do you have? And is it the rare factor affect you at all? The fact that some are rare, is that drawing you into any?
Okay. If we're talking about ones I have out of the box, it's about 32, 33. And then if you add in the doubles I have in the box, I'm probably around almost like 40 something, 50, almost 50. The rare factor is the reason why out of the 30 something ones I own, I would say maybe like 15 to 20 of them are because I thought you couldn't get them anywhere, which is why I have 3 Sonics and 3 Pac-Mans out of paranoia.
Lil Mac.
Dude, let me real quick story, because it was I saw Wii Fit Trainer in America when they first came out, and I was like, well, I don't really care about Wii Fit, so I just left it alone. And then like the crack hit me, and I was like, damn, I should have bought it. And so when Little Mac came out, I kind of already wanted Little Mac. I was like, I wonder if I'll see him in the store. And Target had like one left, and I was like, gotta get it. And like it's been like that with I think Little Mac. Fox became like that because Fox you can't even find now. I don't think.
Really? Fox too?
$25
I've
on
never
Fox.
seen Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
I've never
Fox,
seen Fox either.
Really?
Wow.
And he's really detailed too.
He's one of the better ones too.
Yeah. It's
You know what
like,
happened to me? I spent $25 on Amazon for Fox, and then 2 weeks later he got restocked.
I wouldn't even have
It's
done
stores
that.
everywhere for a couple of weeks.
That sucks.
I would have got Wario if he was just like Wario, but when I saw him, I was like, I don't want that Wario.
Yeah, that's my friend of mine that said the same thing.
Yeah, I hate
I
that
got him
Wario
because he looks
design.
like that. That's why I bought it. I was like,
Oh, I like my Wario.
Classic.
Damn, got quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone just stop talking. I'm
I think actor froze.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
you can,
and then he dropped.
he's out of there.
Zero Suit
froze.
Samus you can get for $28 on Amazon Prime right now.
I'm gonna go for my Kid Icarus set because I love Uprising. So Friday I'm fighting for a U.S. Palutena on Amazon because it's Amazon. It's Amazon exclusive, so you gotta go on Amazon to do it. And then I think Dark Pit is Best Buy exclusive, but they're not doing pre-orders. You gotta go in for that.
Is it Friday?
Yeah, but
It's Friday during the day. Friday.
Let's see. It's Friday for Palutena and it's Friday for Dark Pit.
Because I'm gonna be hitting refresh like a
And do
mother.
you know the trick? You can't just go to the page. You have to go to available from these sellers.
Yeah.
That's where you refresh.
When they did the ones for like Lucina and Wave 4, it was like that.
Yeah, you had to go into available from these sellers, and then you would, if you refresh the main page, it'd never change.
Yeah, it was such a bitch. And then for some reason, if I've been kind of keeping up with it because that's how I got my second Rosalina and my second Jigglypuff. Target's been going off with a lot of restocks lately.
Mm-hmm. So I got my Rosalina. They did Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
And
which I felt bad because my friend bought me my. He actually, I had three Lucinas, and I gave one to my friend, and he was like, "Well, I can't have that." And he actually went and bought me a Jigglypuff, only for it to restock like a week later, and I was like, "Oh."
What is Toad in Japan? It's like Pinocchio or something like that. I want it just because it does. He's not Toad. I want the Japanese one just because it's called it's close to like Pinocchio.
Hey man, I got Rockman in my closet, so.
Rockman. Yeah.
I wanted all. See, I'm not that big of a Mega Man fan, but I love Sonic, and I was like, I kind of want all the classic gaming icons.
Yeah, I had to get. Yeah, that was another thing. I had to get the vintage set, basically the classic.
And Mega Man
looks
cool. He's one of the better looking.
Oh no, he looks great, dude.
Yeah.
The only vintage characters I don't have are Mario and Donkey Kong.
You got Pac-Man?
I got Pac-Man, Sonic, and Mega Man.
Pac-Man seems to be the most common out of the last wave.
Oh yeah,
I thought he was gonna be super rare, but no.
Yeah, and I bought like 3 of them because I thought he was gonna be rare. Mm-hmm. And now I'm just gonna give one of those away because I don't need 3 Pac-Man. I had 3 Sonics too.
Man,
you got some cheeseburgers, man.
Well, I mean, because it's
you
like
addicted.
You're gonna give them away. You can give them away this way.
I offered a solid trade for Lucina.
The only, as I said, I'm paranoid, and I like to have. Those are ones I want to keep regardless. So if like my actual figures break, I'll have another one that I just won't ever. Because like Ike was the same thing. I imported Ike from Japan because I couldn't get him, and then GameStop was like, "Your Ike order is ready," and I was like, "What?" And so I walked in, and they gave me the.
Great for you because they told me my pre-order was out of there.
They told me,
like, what?
They told me the same thing and called me back 3 months later.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
Back corner of my Rosalina's came peeled off a little bit, like up about 1 inch, and so it looks a little bit fiddled with. So
I was gonna ask Terminator, was your box bent for Rosalina? Because when I got my double, mine was bent.
Yeah, it was a little bent.
Yeah,
so.
I could care less about the box.
I'm getting mine from Japan because I want.
How many of y'all keep? Like, how many do y'all have in a box? Oh yeah, and this Canopio.
I have 11.
Canopio, that's it.
I have 11 in the box.
12. Most of mine are doubles though.
Let me see. Splatoon characters.
I've got a North American Shulk Pristine in its box, and I got a Japanese Villager in the box.
Splatoon, Wario, and there's a couple other, probably like 5.
Well, let's just say Mario Maker's gonna change that. I'm gonna open.
Oh, see, and that's why I bought doubles because I knew this shit was gonna happen.
I wonder though, what
also, I wanted to use them in Codename Steam. That's why I got.
I did what Terminator was saying. I cut the side and I cut 3 spaces instead of 4, and cut it all the way out. That way I could just fold it back and close it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could take them out and put them back in the cup, the thing.
So basically, y'all prison guards.
I let mine breathe.
I mean, I think the majority of mine are out.
Yeah, like my Splatoons will be out soon. As soon as I, get to the part where I want to, do the challenges and stuff.
The only one I have one of that I still have in the box is Greninja, and I'm just being paranoid about him. If I can get a double of him, I'll fucking open up the double.
You're just a worshiper, man.
Hey, man, first off, I'm a Pokemon fan. And let me explain something. I don't like Charizard that much, but I got it because of the Pokemon completionist in me.
I'll trade your Charizard for Lucina.
I have 2 Charizards.
Well, you need 3 Charizards, apparently.
I don't need 3 Charizards. I saw like 6 of them at Toys R Us yesterday, and I was like, man, I already have enough of these.
Let's wrap this up. I do want to tell Ms. T, the best minigame while you're waiting in Splatoon is unlocked with the squid. It's called Squid Ball, and it's freaking.
Oh, great! Well, I don't have the squid.
Oh, you don't?
No, I didn't get the 3-pack.
I have the squid.
I don't even play Squid Jump anymore because the Squid Ball is so addicting. I can't stop playing it.
I didn't even know there was other games in it. I didn't even think about it. I forgot about it.
What's up with that side scroller that we saw on the Direct at one time?
Yeah, that's not in there, unfortunately.
At some point, that better show up because that was.
False advertising.
Yeah, that's gonna piss me off.
But the
What do you got to do to get the? What do you got to do to get the mode? Just scan it in, or
You gotta beat the
scan in your
challenge.
squid, then go down to the 4th row and beat all those challenges. And it is the easiest boss, so I mean, literally can do it in 10 minutes. You could do all.
I was so mad they did that.
Overpriced DLC though.
Yeah. So the Squid Girl gives you.
It gives you the I beat it. What is
the
it?
racing game?
Yeah, the race. Yeah, it's the
No,
racer.
wait.
Yeah.
She might give you the squid. I can't remember.
No,
and
the
then
girl.
one of them gives you the stupid. It's all it is you can play it while you're waiting. You can have your speakers playing the different tracks. There's like 28 different tracks from the game.
Isn't it like a rhythm game though?
No, you just play them. As far as I can. Yeah, it just plays. So let's say you're waiting. You got 3 minutes, and you can just pick your favorite tune from the game, and it has like the Squid Sister song. It's got some cool stuff.
I want a Splatoon soundtrack. Just throwing it out there, Nintendo.
But seriously, just scan your amiibo, go down to the 4th row, just beat those 3 levels and the boss. They're really, I mean, you can blow through them in under 10 minutes. It's really easy, and then unlocks the different mini games. So.
Yeah, I still got to beat all my mini games too.
I got like almost all the samurai gear except for the stupid shoes because you don't get those until you beat the final boss with the roller.
Oh, I did that.
That is so hard.
That's easier than the Splat Charger by a long
Oh God, I'm not even looking forward to that.
So, all right, let's get to some questions here and then wrap this up. But overall, Amiibos, they did something right because these are selling like crazy, and Terrell's got 50 of them, so they did something right. All right.
It's like all the ones I have, you know, I need the accompaniment. I need, you know, Diddy to Donkey Kong. I need Lucario to, you know, all my Pokemon ones and so forth. So you get one, it's like, oh, you gotta get the whole set.
It's like getting a tattoo. I don't have one, but everyone I know that has a tattoo, they always get more.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but less cool. A lot more nerdy.
After the Smash Brothers set is over, I'm going to
a lot less permanent.
A lot more smart.
The Japanese Amiibo, I don't even know why I bought them. I'm just like, I don't even look at them. Barely even glanced at them when I bought them. It's just the thrill of finding the ones that...
It's like Pokemon cards, like how those used to be.
But I just came up with a great idea to display them, so they'll be when I have my camera on. So I'm going to make that happen here pretty soon. So, all right, we're going to go through questions. I didn't pre-read any of them, but we'll just pick away at them. There's not a ton of them, So the first one, speaking of, we were talking about Splatoon, Tony Coran asks, although Splatoon has sold over 1 million copies worldwide, what do you think of the numbers here in America being about 450,000 units? So I'm going to start. I was a little surprised at how low. Usually when a game sells 1 million on Wii U, America makes up like 60% of that. So the fact that it's not even half, it's a little unusual, but Japan's been so excited and they've been buying this game up. It doesn't bother me. I mean, that's still a good number to, you know, what are we, a little under 2 months in. But I would have thought that North America would have made up a higher percentage.
Boycott Splatoon wins.
So I think the commercials did enough. But,
those commercials would be classic.
Definitely would have sold better without the negativity surrounding it. You know, the month and leading up to it in America, I think would have sold a little bit better. I think that got to a lot of people, but whatever.
I don't even know if that's the case.
It's definitely respectable numbers, new IP, and with all the controversy around its content, how it was being released, I think that's pretty successful. I think they would chalk this game up to a pretty big success already. I don't know if anybody wants to challenge that or comment. Guess not.
Nah.
Definitely not going to mention this. Tony Cran has another question, but he brings up somebody whose name I don't want to mention on this podcast. Not worth it. I'll just say he's an analyst, and that's all I'll say.
Oh, God. All right, yeah, next question.
And Zetka's mad because T said you didn't like We Play. He said unsub. I don't know if he's joking. He didn't put a LOL or anything.
I
He said, "Man, screw you, T. My wife loves in We Play." Unsub. I hope he's joking because I don't know if you know Zetka, if you had interactions with him. I can't tell if he's joking, but
I think he's joking.
he has to be.
T's muted himself for the moment.
Oh, okay.
What happened? I'm sorry.
Oh, this Zetka Gaming saying he's was. I don't know if he was joking, but he said his wife loves We Play, so he said "damn you" and said he unsubbed.
Look, I'm pretty sure he's joking, but no. I mean, like I said, We Play. What is it, like 8 mini games? I feel like they're shallow. I bought it because I wanted another Wii remote. So
there was only 8.
I think something like that.
I thought there was like a ton of them.
No, it wasn't that many.
Wii Sports had like 4 games, right? Wii Sports didn't have that many games.
No, but they were a little bit. Wii Plays are really shallow games, aren't they? Like really quick mini games. So I don't know. Anyway,
Wii Sports had 5 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I mean the bowling you could play. I mean for hours. So
I love the bowling and the golf. I couldn't stand the boxing game. That I couldn't.
I like the boxing game.
I loved all of it. All of
the
it.
boxing game.
I rented a resort. I never actually owned it.
Oh, and tennis, of course, love tennis.
I remember the like when what was it where you had to bat people off the platform?
Oh,
like American Gladiators, one of the old.
Yeah, they're talking about.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Wii Sports Resort to me is one of the greatest games of all time. Underrated.
Yeah, like I said, I only rented it for a day, and I liked it, but for some reason I just never bought it.
You should buy it. I still play it.
All right, so most of these were comments. So Ying Yang Yao asks, any events are you thinking up for August? Thinking, tournaments and stuff. I'm probably gonna try another Smash tournament. I gotta rethink the details of how it works because.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did that go anyway?
It went fairly well. Some people didn't show up. Then we had people who started the live stream, but they just started playing it, and it was playing from the beginning. They weren't watching it live. Yeah. So when I was like, all right, this person versus this person, they weren't getting it. So then, like 10 minutes later, these people are trying to join, and I'm like, dude, you got to hit the live button.
Yeah, these 2 idiots talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, I invited these 2 guys on, and all they did was talk about Star Wars. So I booted them. It was Mizza T and Rob from Rule of 2 Review, and they were getting pretty heated. Rob, he thinks episodes 1, 2, and 3 are just as good as 4, 5, and 6. So they had quite the discussion going. I had to kick them off.
That's not even worth discussion. That's just like factually being wrong.
It is.
But to each their own.
Does anybody?
How did Rob do in the tournament? Did he win any?
He won three games. I think his first game was against Steel Fox, so we lost, and then he won some in the losers bracket. So, Malik, that dude was so good. He's the best Smash player I've ever seen faced. I mean, I've never seen someone dodge and block so effectively. It was amazing to behold. I mean, it's almost annoying how good he is. I honestly haven't played since that tournament because I got my ass handed to me by him, and it was so embarrassing. Like he just made me feel like, why do I even try? Like he's so much better than me. Then he handled Steel Fox pretty easily, which told me he's pretty good. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
anybody?
So glad I missed that tournament. I really wanted to
Yeah, I think he would have done all right. But Malik definitely still would have won.
Lucky I wasn't there. I would have destroyed Malik.
No, you. So, AGL, you got anything, any events you planning or thinking up for August? Because I know you mentioned Mario Kart. You wanted to start playing that again.
Yeah, I started playing that yesterday, actually. It was getting nice and destroyed, but I'm not going to do Smash tournaments till there's actually a tournament.
The thing about the Smash tournaments, though, it's a point system. So it's 4 players, items, and it's just like Mario Kart. You set how many matches, and then whoever has the most points at the end is how they described it. Which
I don't mind that. I like items. I'm not You know,
So
the
like
Final Destination, Fox only.
yeah, I mean, I just think some of the items are so broken and just ruin the game, but that's just my personal opinion. Like the ones that just pick you up and take you off the screen, I just think there's gonna be too many issues with that. It still could be fun though, but maybe you'll be able to turn them off. But well, speaking of events, I saved this last question for the end, or this question for the end. Are the Mario Kart tournaments over? Asked from Robert Durant. They were. I haven't shown up for one in a month, but this week they're coming back. Mario Kart 8 tournament, Juices Loose, 9 p.m. Thursday. That's Eastern time. It's going to be 12 races. I haven't decided if I want to keep it at 200cc or bump it down to 150. I haven't really made that decision, but Mario Kart tournament's going to be back. We'll see who shows up because the last few were so like 5 or 6 people. So I kind of took a break. But
I think you should alternate between 150 and 200.
Yeah, maybe I will. Yeah, that's coming back. So this week, Thursday.
Yeah, man. Because that 200cc's can kiss my black ass.
I mean, I got good at it, but I haven't played the game in a month, so 150cc might be the place to start.
Yeah, that was a grind for me personally.
I got it down to the point where I didn't even notice. I didn't even brake. Like, only certain tracks did I have to use the brake, even on 200cc. So you can figure it out, the drifting, timing, and stuff.
You heard of, Red Knight started the grenades launched. When I played 200cc's, this Pro Controllers launched. Bit stuff.
My buddy Chuck was, we were playing and we were talking on the phone, because you can use your phones for voice chat if you need to. I don't know if we were Google chatting. It might have just been a straight phone call. It was our first time playing 200cc, and he just kept saying, "You see me while riding and hate it." It's like we were just on the wall constantly. So we were just singing that song all night and laughing about it. So it was good fun. But yeah,
y'all singing it like that, y'all sounded like some white boys.
Yeah, well.
I thought he was white.
that song doesn't. I mean, there ain't much. I can't go to that octave or that. I don't know if it's deep.
No, you just kind of jack the words up a little bit.
I'm about to say, you mean the baritone?
Yeah. The lyrics, no, it's "You see me rolling, they hating. They see me rolling, they hating."
What I say?
Yeah.
You see me riding or something?
Wall riding. I changed it to wall riding.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because you take every corner. We were on the wall. We were taking every corner against the wall. Because we couldn't make the corners.
Well, let me just set my ass up then, because I don't know.
Exposed. He's playing.
I just exposed myself.
He's playing his Xbox One right now. He wasn't listening.
Man.
No, we just got a cat. I was trying to get her from under the bed. She's been trying to stay up under the bed this whole time. She doesn't want to come out.
Kid,
So.
adopted or a kid?
Yeah, I gotta go, guys, because I gotta go eat dinner.
Okay. Yeah, we're wrapping this up anyway. But yeah, if you wanna.
All right. So thanks for having me on the podcast. Always enjoy it. Take care, guys. Have fun.
All right. We'll see you. All right. So with that, I think we covered everything. Again, Mario Kart 8 tournament coming back, 9 p.m. Eastern time this Thursday, and 150cc. So Mr. T maybe he'll join, but we need somebody to get last place. So it might as well be you.
Wow.
Shots fired. No, he's playing with the cat. He didn't hear that, so don't repeat it.
Reckless, sir.
Nah. Repeat that.
That your white guy voice?
Nah, that's Chartreuse.
I'm about to say, I thought it was his pimping voice.
Chartreuse, the treasure trove.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh right.
I had one of those troll dolls with white hair. It was a Santa Claus one, and I don't know what the hell happened to it.
Gave you nightmares, probably.
I didn't have any, it was just naked. I didn't have any of the clothes for it. I just somehow ended up with a troll doll. I don't know, did they have clothes? I don't remember. Just remember it had white hair, and it had a Santa Claus hat.
I grew around Barbie dolls that my sister had, and she shaved their heads off and started taking And every time I went to the bathroom, they were all across the counter. So I thought, I don't like dolls too much anymore.
Just like Amiibos.
Hey man, you go to the bathroom 12 o'clock at night, you got all these headless Barbie dolls, and man, hey man, you can't focus. You don't even want to be in there anymore. It's scar, man.
All right, so let's do our final thoughts and wrap this up, and we'll start with Terrell. Go ahead.
Well, I like to thank Terminator for letting me be on for the third time. It's pretty cool. We need to do this way more often. I don't know if I'm gonna jump in that Juices Loose. I haven't played Mario Kart in like, I don't know. I've been on this Splatoon crack, so it's been a few months. So.
Well, like I said, you got to have somebody to get last place. So
Why?
It's got to be somebody.
What? It can't be you.
The Ms. T can get second to last if you play.
Wow.
Ooh, shots
You're
fired.
not just getting regulars. But anyway, it's been fun. Play your games, people. That Ubisoft sale on the Wii U is pretty cool. Just bought me Child Light for like $4. So if anyone doesn't have that game, jump on that. And like I always say, life's a game. Play to win.
Sweet. Good having you back, Terrell. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And you're always welcome on the Juices Loose. So next up, Ms. T, any final thoughts?
Well, I just want to thank Terminator Juice for having me on this podcast. I want to, thank him for being the most extreme Nintendo fag in his community. And thanks for having me on again. It was fun, as always. I like fun podcasts, so always happy to be here. Yeah. Play Nintendo fools.
Yeah, that was a good final thoughts. Next time, try to get through it without breaking. Let's see.
It's too hard. It's hard sometimes.
And then we have, last but not least, Red Knight. Been kind of quiet. I don't know.
Oh, I was saying, I was just listening, but I was gonna say, man, I'm kind of depressed right now because I just read NBC is gonna try to make a reboot of Xena Warrior Princess, and I don't want it to happen. But anyway, yeah. Anyway. Thanks for having me. Great conversation. I'm kind of upset that we talked about Devil's Turd for so long, though. Just playing. Yeah, and until next time, thanks for having me. Like always, Juice. I know I just said that, but yeah.
Yeah,
I enjoy these. And to anybody who's gonna play Mario Kart, that guy in the Tanuki suit in front of you, that's me.
The guy in the F-Zero cart every race never changes. Never changes the setup ever. That's Red Knight.
He's dedicated.
Yeah, and it's funny because, not to end on a drama or anything, but a lot of people say Nintendo fans don't bash games that Nintendo release. Technically, they're published, or in Europe and Japan for sure. They've funded in publishing Devil's Third, and I think that hasn't stopped us.
Yeah.
Nintendo fags from bashing it. So
it's a Wii U exclusive, so
So yeah,
we can only bash it on the Wii U.
Are we creditable now, fools?
So anyway, it's been fun. We've been having a lot of fun lately on these podcasts. So I just want to thank you guys for making it so fun. And it seems like it's the same faces, whether it's AGL's podcast or the Juices Loose, but it's always a good time, always a good conversation, and I was just glad to come up with something to talk about because it's been a little light on the news. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do them weekly. If there's nothing new coming up news-wise or anything, it's kind of hard to build a podcast around. So
yeah, it's kind of it's been drier than a Wii U's release date.
Man,
I will say though, back in was it January or December, they had a direct showcasing when they announced Kirby was coming out in February and Splatoon in May, and then Yoshi and Mario Maker all got kind of ignored for second half. I did say right then on my reaction video, I was like, it's looking a little light. If all we have is Kirby and then Splatoon until the holidays, I said that's going to be pretty light. And both those games are great, and I still play Splatoon. But yeah, it's definitely been a little light. We can't hide that fact.
It's a drought, man.
Yeah,
pick up Never Alone on the eShop.
See, I've seen so many bad reviews for that
Me
game.
too. That's why I didn't get it.
Man, I keep saying, if y'all ain't got that child of light, get that for $4.
I've had that.
Play it yourself, I say.
But
when it comes out,
what's that pirate? What's that 2D looking Shantae or pirate?
Yes,
something?
yes, get it.
That looks cool.
It's so good. It's so good.
And, it's like $6 or something now, right?
I recently went back and started playing the Shantae games because there's only 3 of them, and I played like the first 2 on the 3DS. Risky's Revenge is great, and then I bought Pirate's Curse, and that has just been a blast to play.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that Bit Trip Runner and.
Don't play with the fish. Don't play with the fish. Don't play with the fish.
Don't play with the fish.
Yeah, because the fish is like a merman, basically like a fish man, but it's from the bottom up, so he has nuts and it jiggles the whole time. Don't do it. Don't do it. I was so mad.
Oh, you know I do.
And each stage, when you 100%, you get shot into a can, like in a cannon, and when you hit the damn target, those balls just flapping.
So it's like ball blast.
It's literally ball blast. Ball blast.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Man, I'm so sorry for the 10 viewers that stopped watching about 10 minutes ago.
So in the EGL podcast, we had shit talking. In the Juices, we have ball talking. What's going on?
Those 10 viewers that left right when we started doing our sign-offs, they really missed out on some gold.
Watch that playback, guys. Watch that playback.
Oh, shit. So, it's been a blast.
A ball blast.
All right, we're going to end that.
You're terrible.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Samus approves.
We're having too much fun, fools. All right, guys. Thanks to everybody who watched, participated, asked questions, and to my guests. And I don't have a cool slogan like everybody or anything. I always just say, we'll see you on the next video. So, peace out.
Motherfuckers.